Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Diz Idiots Podcast. The podcast about anything and everything Disney, Orlando, Universal, horror movies, kind of nerd related. Maybe we'll talk about wrestling. But as always, please stand clear of the podcast. Por favor, manténgase alejado de la podcast.
That was good.
If that doesn't wake you up and I did that off the cuff, I think we're going pretty well today. And that is more than can be said about Lightning Lane.
Well said.
Did I just spoil something?
Oh my god! I think they're gonna add a Lightning Lane pass in the monorail.
Okay, I'm sorry. Me. Best picture I saw, and I'm looking. What is that? What attraction is that? Because no, there's no way there's Lightning Lane. There's no way there's Lightning Lane for the Mad Tea Party. Just no.
Yep.
Nah. Yep. Come on. Yep. Come on. Like, oh my God. Oh. As reports are coming out of Imagineering being at an all-time low of morale. Ugh.
Yeah, this is bad.
Speaking of wrestling, call The Rock.
Yeah. All pissed off that they got to move to Florida. And I don't blame them.
Yeah, that too. I forgot that all the Imagineers are moving to Florida.
They are, and apparently a lot of them said yes because they thought it was going to fall through. Listen, we'll say yes and whatever. Now that it's like happening, they're like...
So what's going to happen with all the offices in California? Are they just going to sell the property off, or are they going to use it for... Okay.
There's another use. We don't know what it is, but...
Third gate.
Let's move people from this very restricted, we're running out of space land.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to the place where we basically own the island of Manhattan.
Pretty much.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a plan. There's always a plan. Well, there always used to be a plan.
No. There's a plan now. It's just, there used to be a plan, and then maybe we'll see if it's a good one or a bad one, possibly. There's a plan now. There is no good option. It's just the bad option.
Yeah, and considering this Genie Plus Lightning Lane Fast Passes, looking at it today, I feel like they're trying to test two different systems at once. Because looking at like the purchasing fast passes versus paying the $15 Genie Plus fast passes, and just I sent you guys articles. We can discuss the articles I sent you guys too. But it's like I just feel like lately, this launch is like, okay, which one's going to succeed? It's almost like Blu-ray and HDTVD being launched at the same time. Which one's going to overpower the other? I feel like it's either they're all going to be purchased fast passes individually, or it's going to be a tier system in this Genie.
Here's where I'll say, it's how I thought they should have done it to begin with. It's where they screwed up, and I can't believe I'm going to say this because theoretically this is more money in the pockets of Disney that they should have wanted. The upcharge Lightning Lane, Fast Pass, whatever the high tier ones are.
Oh, and I do have the prices on the individual passes, too.
I saw them.
You shouldn't be able to buy that unless you buy Genie Plus.
Correct.
It should be a second tier within there.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
100%. Or you don't have Genie Plus, you don't have Lightning Lane, the Lightning Lane for everything, which is why I thought, Brian, when you originally told us, I originally thought that was going to be it. Do you want to ride these rides? You have to pay for those. Everything else, again, Mad Tea Party shouldn't have Lightning Lane. Pirates shouldn't have Lightning Lane. Mansion, Little Mermaid. I know I'm just listing things at the Kingdom here, but those are all the things that attractions that you can make a case for.
Here's the problem: they're trying to justify it,
which
was always the issue with Fast Pass. I could not imagine, especially when it got to Fast Pass Plus, ever paying for a Fast Pass in Epcot.
Yeah.
And also,
I can choose one ride.
If you're going to do this model and you're going to have people pay, I agree, two systems in there. I also think don't let them book. It's a scan as you go, and just like Express works, just like the booking thing doesn't work when you're this big. It works at a Six Flags or a Cedar Point. This ain't Six Flags and Cedar Point, kids. They also only have these basically for the big roller coasters. You don't have that here. You're gonna have the way you're gonna have it. It should be walk up, scan it. That's your use for the day. You're done. None of this scheduling shit. This is that's the only way to really make it work. Where it's again, all they did was say, "Oh, we're gonna take our bad system here. We're just gonna put a lipstick on, put a little rouge. Here's our new system."
Yeah, it's like it's purchasing reservations is what it is. You're just buying reservations.
You're not changing anything or helping anything.
And on top of that, I don't know if you guys saw the screenshots of Disney Plus today, but their ETA wait times are not accurate. They're not showing an actual like time of day expecting how long of a wait to ride these rides. They're just like, okay, during this time the bars are this high. They're not actually showing at like 5 o'clock this is their peak. They've
never been accurate.
It's hard to make them accurate with their size they are.
I know.
What has always annoyed me, and I have sat there and I have compared the systems, Disney with real data, first level data, all firsthand information, had more inaccurate wait time guesstimates than touring plans, than the line.
Right.
Which is purely third-party data from their observations.
Do we know how? I don't know if anybody has. I don't know how they're currently doing it anymore. I don't think flick cards are a thing. I wonder if they're trying to track magic bands or something. But even then, because you don't always scan it, I don't know how they're trying to track them and get it. But it's always the problem is they've never been accurate, and it's only gotten worse. And the app, even when you think it's close, the app never ever was in the ballpark. It'd be like, oh, it's a 20-minute wait. You get back there, you're like, there's no way this was a 20-minute wait 5 minutes ago.
And then on top, and speaking of waiting in line, I think it was Inside the Magic. It was out of them or Touring Plans. One of the articles was saying with all the purchases of the fast passes, some ride standby line was actually shorter than the fast pass line.
That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the problem. They're saying this like it's a bad thing. That the entire purpose is that the standby line moves fast. The lightning lane gets you in a...
You should never have to wait longer for the lightning lane than the standby. That's where the question is.
You shouldn't. No, I've done this at Horror Nights with Express. You shouldn't do it, but the whole point is that the general line needs to go faster.
Right. And speaking of general lines going faster, another article, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, first of all, sold out within 2 hours after park opening.
Hey, that's an improvement.
Surprise face.
And it's $15 for the fast pass. So and you have up to 2 purchases. So you're basically one person can spend $30 for 2 fast passes for Rise of the Resistance. Within the hour after those overall sold out.
You should not be allowed to buy 2. It should be one. It should be one and done. You should never be allowed to buy, especially for that.
Well, and here's my question. So with that ride breaking down, are those people going to get refunded their money?
They don't have a choice.
Here's the option. Here's how that would normally work. You do not get refunded your money till it is clear the ride is down for the day, or if you're leaving the park, they can get the refund. If not, it's simple. It's the simple old fast pass system. When the ride comes back up, you're just allowed to get in the line.
Okay, but then all those this is where people can get upset. So the fast pass, if you bought a fast pass, you take top priority over someone that's in general admission. So if you go into Hollywood Studios, fast passes are all sold out, but you still want to ride the ride. Let's say it's a 60-minute wait. You're going to probably be waiting longer than 60 minutes because if the ride broke down, all those people who bought fast passes, who made reservations on those fast passes, they get priority over someone standing in line for general. So if you didn't get a fast pass, you may not even be able to ride this ride.
Well, yes and no. That's not how operations normally work with that. Again, you're only going to take so many from one, so many from the other. That's usually not how the operation works. Well, remember, this is normally a boarding group attraction to begin with. Also, when it goes back up, they may say, hey, When we go back online, it may go, if we go from 101 to 102, it may be 102. We don't tell the open line yet. We alert all the people who had fast passes. Let them in first. We get a 30-minute lead wait, and then let them in. Again, from an operations standpoint, there are ways around this, but you can say that all you want about them getting mad by standby. It's be lucky. Right now, 120-minute wait. That's pretty damn good. It's at least a fair.
Standby,
it's a fair system compared to the boarding groups, at least.
Yeah.
I have the option. That's the one thing that angers me about like Ratatouille with these boarding groups. I should have the option how I want to spend my day, not you telling me, oh, by the way, our brand new attraction, oh, you didn't get a boarding group, you didn't know, sorry.
Yeah.
How's that fair?
Yeah.
I also have a firm bound belief that every effort should be made that no attraction should have a wait time exceeding 120 minutes.
I agree, 100%.
Agree.
I remember the first time we walked past Midway Mania, the year it opened, and I saw like 360 minutes, and I went, I'll be back. No.
Yeah.
And
ridiculous.
Didn't ride at that trip. I'm like, I'm not doing it. No.
Remember, Midway Mania only got help when they built extra track to it.
Well,
True.
The fact that Disney, the leaders of theme park information, and if you want to believe them, innovation, should know how to properly scale a ride for the size of the park. They can't. They've lost this ability.
Navi River Journey.
That's where it started going down.
Well, no.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
We had it going, but the epitome of this is Navi River Journey.
Navi River Journey, I think, is sized appropriately if it was the sea attraction in Avatar Land. There was the A, and then there was another B attraction that already existed. And this is the ride that exists for pregnant women and toddlers.
My problem with it is...
But here's a question for you. Would you pay $9 to ride Frozen Ever After?
I've seen the movie. No.
Exactly.
Wouldn't pay $9?
I've ridden Maelstrom.
I wouldn't get paid $9 to ride
now,
it.
But hold on. You're asking the wrong question. Would a grown man of 34 pay $9 to ride that? No.
Only if his daughter wants to.
Would a dad of a 3-year-old pay $9 to have her ride that all day, every day?
Yeah.
That's the difference. Is the family will pay. Well, that's what they're going after here. Look at a lot of the look at Frozen, Mickey, Minnie, Runaway Railway. They're going after ones that the kids are going to want to go on for the most part, and low capacity.
I'm looking at the prices of the individual attractions. Now, for those who are listening, we talked about this before. There's the Genie Plus $15 a day with rides that are included, and then there's the individual fast passes. So I would like to know how they came up with these prices, because they are all over the place. So Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is $9. Frozen's $9. So it looks like the Epcot attractions are $9. Mickey's Runaway Railway is $8. Rise of the Resistance is $15. Space Mountain is $7. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train $10. Frozen Ever After is $9. Flight of Passage is $11, and then Everest is $7. Everest they're charging the same as Space Mountain I get, but Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is more money than Everest.
Yes.
So
110. The capacity on that will surprise you.
So this is day one. Day one, so they're going just purely off historical data without having the lightning lane.
Okay.
And prices can change and fluctuate.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I know that.
Which they did. Disneyland Paris just lowered their pricing.
Yeah. You compare the capacity of Everest, which churns them out like no other roller coaster in existence, to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which has the capacity of the Gadget Go coaster, but is an e-ticket.
Mind you, Everest still has the single rider lane.
Oh, that's right.
There's a lot of factors that go in here. Also, think of the popularity of the attraction as well. Everest is very popular, but it's an older attraction. Seven Dwarves is hot because of where it is, and little kids can ride it. Where not as many little kids are a little more limited, or should I say, intimidated by Everest. That's also why they would charge. It's a newer ride, so they would charge more. And it just also capacity. The staggeringly low capacity of that attraction would shock you.
To harp on the disaster of when they had Fast Pass for every attraction and what will be the disaster of Lightning Lane for every attraction. Mm-hmm. In my last probably 5 trips, I have waited longer for Pirates of the Caribbean than I have for Everest. Every time.
That's insane.
It's because of the loadouts and everything. Pirates, especially with the COVID, the way they were seating them, less and less people were going to fit. Everest, they churn you out. In, load out. In, load out. It really works better. Pirates is also the speed of the attraction. It's a longer attraction.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And if they cascade, game over.
Well, I just thought it would be something like on the lines of like your tier 1, tier 2 rides, and all tier 1s would be about, I guess they are about the same, 11, 10, 15. It's just like you go from $10 to $11 to $15. I would have thought they would have all been somewhere in like the $12, $13 point, maybe $1 difference here or there.
You want to encourage them to buy them. You also want to encourage that, oh, wow, Rise of the Resistance is only $15.
Yeah.
Also, the thing you have to look at is how fluctuating these prices are. They've said they can fluctuate.
Right.
If they fluctuate daily, which is something that can happen, park capacity and the amount of reservations they have out for that park will 100% be part of this.
Yeah.
A low Magic Kingdom at an eighth of capacity, they're going to be $2 to $5 because no one's in line.
I can hear this like fast pass sale. Like, yeah, they'll have like.
I just can't imagine. I'm staggering. I can't fathom why Everest has it and not the Safari. The Safari has it.
Right.
Statistically, the Safari, which is surprising. Think how many people fit on those trucks and how many trucks they have. If you think about that for a second, it is amazing how long that line gets.
I know, and that could have even been like, let's say a $7, $9. Yeah.
Look,
even Dinosaur too.
I cannot speak for current operating hours of Animal Kingdom. They're probably ridiculously short.
Mm-hmm.
But I would happily pay all day, every day, $10 to get a guaranteed nighttime safari.
Yeah, exactly. It's staggering to me. I'm like, really? You put Safari is just Lightning Lane? Now, again, there could be an operations thing I'm not thinking of. It's been a very long time since I've talked to anybody who's operated the Safari. I mean, let me put it this way: how long it's been? Simba 1 was still a thing.
Oh my God, with Red
Simba 1. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've talked to operations at the Safari. But when I went down the last, it was like, great, it was a holiday weekend. I was like, there's lines where we had a fast pass, and I'm looking at the line. I'm like, people are going to wait for this for a middle of the day safari? No thanks.
And I would pay the $10 for that nighttime safari. That would be money well spent to get guaranteed.
There's only one person on this planet that would actually pay for a dinosaur ride. Me.
You? Yeah.
Me. And I want to pay to be the only one in the car.
Can I get a fast pass for an individual car?
I just want my own. I will pay your $15 for my own car, please. Thank you. I want people to think I'm a big shot. 2, I just want to be able to scream my lungs out and have the best time without bothering anybody.
Well, no, I have to be on the car with you then. So I can hear you scream.
I have the best time on Dinosaur. I really do. And I take the best pictures on Dinosaur. I really do. I love that ride so much.
I do too. I do enjoy that ride. I like Dinosaur. I like it because that ride is actually scary. There are moments where I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, there are people who have bought the picture with me in it just so they can come back from the vacation with me. Like, I usually, if I'm in the last row, I time the picture so it looks like I'm climbing out of the back of the vehicle.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I love Dinosaur. But yeah, that's why Dinosaur wouldn't be able to. Again, that was an opening day attraction, which I know granted, I know the safari is popularity with kids, though. Dinosaur is too, like you said, it's too loud and scary for a lot of little kids. And I know adults who hate it.
Now, these are included in the Genie Plus. They're just not individual.
Yeah,
purchases.
you know.
Yeah.
And again,
because everything's included.
For the individuals, the goal is, again, not to get us. It's to hook that 5-6 person family.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. Often if I'm going down and I'm going to pay for something like that, I'm going to have other people with me. If it's just me, I'm not going to pay for Everest. I've ridden Everest plenty. I don't need to ride it again. But if me and my niece, oh, honey, you want to ride Everest? Here you go, hon. Yeah. We're doing it. Let's go.
And the big question I have, especially for the paid Lightning Lane, is what % of the capacity of the attraction is being sold?
Yeah.
I also have a gripe
here. Is it
here.
20%? Is it 15%? Is it 5%?
I wonder if they do it by a total or if they're doing it by per hour and we add it up at the end. Like, okay, we want this one to be our 5% per hour capacity. And so I'm very curious how they're doing that. Also, I have a gripe I want to bring up while we're discussing this. I really, 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 really hate that they're the same name. They need to have a differentiation. It's too confusing.
Yes, that was the other thing. That's why I said I feel like they're testing out two systems to see which one will succeed or not, because they're both calling it Lightning Lane, but you have individual purchasing Lightning Lane. They have Lightning Lane through Genie Plus.
They almost would have been one to call like one of Lamp Lane or Genie Lane or a Magic Carpet, something like that, to go along with the Genie Plus.
So you have the Genie Plus being the one you pay for.
Yeah.
And you have the much faster Magic Carpet being the
Magic Carpet takes it right to. I'm surprised because they love to do that with their systems. I am surprised no one said that, unless there's always a chance Magic Carpet is a back of house thing,
right?
That they can, so they don't want to replicate that.
But well, I think they just kept it all the one same name because I'm pretty sure they're going to change out the rides depending on the season. Like some rides you may actually see end up becoming individual purchasing fast passes. And then some of those individual, like Space Mountain, could end up being under the $15 all-inclusive Genie Plus.
I agree with you on that.
That's called when Tron opens.
Yep.
Yeah, I also agree. It's easy to bring them up and down this way. Also, it's easy to wave the white flag and say, we surrender, we're getting rid of the paid, or we're going all paid. Whoop!
That's, with Chapek at the helm, that would not surprise me. Would not surprise me.
You think Bob... You mean, Brian, hold on, I need to sit back here. You mean to tell me you think Bob Chapek only cares about the money in your wallet and not you and your overall? I'm surprised.
Be our guest. We'll put your wallet to the test.
I think it's gone from wallet to your bank account. Not even your wallet. We don't want what's in your wallet. I want your savings. When you walk in, Bob goes, do you have a 401k? Yeah, you're going to want to open that.
Well, that's honestly like to apply for the Star Cruise. Seriously, you're not even buying tickets. You're applying to be on the Star Cruise is how I'm looking at this galactic thing. It's like, it's not even making reservations. You're applying to get a reservation.
Every time you say that, my eye twitches. Star Cruiser.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're going to ask you for your 401k before you can even pay for your credit card to buy.
Oh, we're sorry. Your credit score's not high enough to get on this.
Your credit score.
You need a credit score of 700 or higher.
You have a 750. You need at least an 800 to get on.
Do you have a medical test? Why?
No
blood type, bone marrow? Don't worry. We're willing to make a deal. Remember, God gave you 2 kidneys for a reason.
Dozer, it's no longer a height requirement.
Credit score. Oh, see, the problem is FICO came back. Ooh, not in your favor.
Yeah, but okay, I will say there is one advantage. One advantage why they can't do that. Because Europe doesn't have credit scores.
Yeah, Europe doesn't have credit scores. That's true.
And
They have a
love
kitchen.
that British money.
They have a kitchen for you to work it off in. There's ways. Oh my, England! They put you. You're going to be selling fish and chips for quite a while, there, chap. Cheerio.
I could just see it right now with your My Disney experience. You try to scan into the Magic Kingdom and it shows your credit score to see where you fall.
It just gives, a frowny face. And it just gives that smiley face. You're in a. Try again next year.
Congratulations.
Come back next week.
You have qualified to go to the Eat to the Beat concert.
Oh
Good luck.
Air Supply.
Hanson and Air Supply are on this week. Congratulations. Bob to that.
Genie Plus, may we suggest you to attend this concert at Eat to the Beat? Now showing this time. Oh wait, Fast Pass is required.
You know what the problem is? We're joking around about this. It's somewhere. Bob, I almost called the mic. Bob Chapek is sitting back going.
That's our viewer right now. We have one viewer right now. That's
It's Bob. We knew it, Chapek. We knew it. We knew you. We knew you would come to us for more money making ideas.
Oh. Just send us royalty checks to our addresses. You know, we'll send it to him in DM.
Royalty checks? Our royalty checks is he allows us back in.
This is true.
I'm just going to say, assuming you were making this,
okay.
What 2 attractions in the Magic Kingdom would you make a paid attraction?
Ooh.
I have 2.
Well, let's go. What are you doing, Bruce?
Yeah.
Seven Dwarves.
Yeah.
Let's face it. You hit it right on the money, Peter Pan.
I was leaning to Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. Winnie the Pooh is a good option too, but I'm thinking what you said about kids. Peter Pan, because that wait is atrocious. So listen, space isn't bad, but I that's the 2 I'm going to go with. Jungle Cruise is another option, but I'm going with Peter Pan and Seven Dwarfs.
Okay.
Are we going to go per park so I can start thinking?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a good idea.
I'm making sure. I'm like, I don't want to be like Bruce and be like, ooh, I wasn't thinking.
I'm gonna have a little bit of a bizarre one. We're gonna do Seven Dwarfs again, and Enchanted Tales with Belle.
Ooh.
Which I believe Spy Bar, I believe finally is reopening. I believe Enchanted Tales with Belle is coming back, like soon.
Because that can rack up a hell of a wait, and it is not a fun wait.
Yeah.
I can see. You know what? I can see that.
Yeah, and you're standing outside for the most part too, before the pre-show. Yeah.
You say that's an odd one. Tiki Room or PhilharMagic would be odd. I get you with Enchanted Tales.
Well, let's be fair right now. PhilharMagic doesn't even have a sign.
Yeah. That might.
PhilharMagic is going. Philhar gone by.
Yeah, I was always thinking like one of the stage. Well, let me think of Magic Kingdom first, because then I want to go into Hollywood Studios.
Just say it, Country Bear Jamboree. It's okay. Just say it.
Definitely.
The only way to ride is to pay.
Speedway's another one.
But you know what? Country Bear is not a bad idea, because that money should go back into the refurbishment of that attraction. See, I'm trying to think like, when you pay for an attraction, that money should recycle to work on the attraction to fix it.
Time out. Are you telling me if we pay to people to go on Country Bears who can stay around, that's it? All my money's going to Country Bears. All of it.
See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like logically, like if I were to pay for an attraction to upkeep it, to make sure that
But that's
maintenance
not-
is on it. To like, that's just me personally. I'm not thinking being, the Scrooge McDuck greedy
Careful,
ball of coins.
talking this way may get you Bob Chapek's job.
I'm just
I'm
just saying.
really picking this guy so much.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure actual cast members have said the same things about him.
Oh no, not pretty sure they have. You know what's funny when he first got the job? Cast members are telling me, "Oh, he's the perfect choice." I'm like, just you wait. You drinking the Kool-Aid too much. But we will continue. That's another topic for another time. Let's continue what we're doing.
But anyway, definitely Peter Pan is a ride. Honestly, I would have to probably say, 7 Dwarfs Mine Train. Honestly.
They're two easy ones because of the weights. Because if you think about it, like there's certain attractions we have all mentioned that they're like, are you kidding me?
But if it came to an attraction that said, go fund me to help me be better, Tomorrowland Transit Authority.
Tiki Room?
No, Tomorrowland Transit Authority.
I know.
I would pay like
I want the Tiki Room to have a second floor, baby.
Ooh, okay.
I want to expand the Tiki Room.
Well, see, I'm thinking expanding of the TTA to go around to like Tron, even to like go further around Tomorrowland, like maybe do a whole circumference of like the Speedway.
I don't even care about that. What I want for the Transit Authority is to pay to not get off. Because I could literally sit on that all day.
Same here. Like,
I have gotten off and gotten right back. Like
I would like to take a nap on it.
Yeah, I'd pay $5. I'd pay $5.
I would pay $5 for it. I just want to sit here, rest my feet, have a little air conditioning, take a nap, maybe see Space Mountain with the lights on.
And it's like as soon as you come back into the station, be like, how much does it stay on? $5? Click. Thank you.
Just walk through. Ging, thanks. I just paid for $5.
Yeah, I honestly, yeah. But realistically, though, if I was in control, 7 Dwarfs Mine Train and Peter Pan.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I would add a third tier.
Oh, yeah?
As its own little thing. A separate pass. Yes, I'm sorry, Bob. I'm sorry. Just give me a card for deluxe entry to every character meet and greet.
Ooh.
Do not give him that idea, mister.
I
don't need to give it to him. He's already had it.
And the thing is, character meet and greets are already returning.
Mm-hmm.
That would not surprise me.
No, not surprise me at all.
That would probably be the next announcement during the 50th celebration, is that this will be added into the Genie Plus option, where you could, yep.
Okay. Now I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of doing Hollywood yet.
Okay.
Let's do Animal Kingdom. Let's do good old Dak.
Is there anything there besides like?
Besides Flight of Passage and the Safari?
Well, yeah, that's pretty much.
You're right. Kilimanjaro. Not Kilimanjaro, Cali. I said Kilimanjaro, that's Safari. Cali River Rapids.
Oh, how are we ignoring It's Tough to Be a Bug?
It's tough to be a bug. Listen, all honesty, it's honestly, there's, to me, you only have 3 options here. Obviously, Flight of Passage is one. That's a given. The other one, it would either be Navy River Journey, just because of low capacity. I would do Safari and Flight Passage. Finding
Nemo the musical
is returning, new apparently, but it's returning.
Refurbished.
No, this is a whole new show apparently. I'm wondering if something happened with rights.
Finding Dory.
No, just it said it's going to be Finding Nemo will return. I'm just wondering if they just wanted after so long to just write some new stuff.
Gotcha.
Or if saying it's a new show gets them out of some sort of equity contract with some of the performers.
That certainly could be too.
Yeah.
Because one of our good friends, Specs, one of his friends, is one of the performers on there. And they've been told the whole time they can come back. And I now really want to ask if it's going to be if she had got the call to come back.
I don't think so. I believe it's a whole new cast, I think. I think it's a contract issue because I still think equity and a Disney are Still not on good terms, I think, personally.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. If they're ever on good terms, though.
Equity is a hard thing to get along with when you are not paying per show.
Correct.
And no, please do not start charging for every show.
No,
okay?
no, that's.
I was just
Fine.
thought they were going to bring back Tarzan Rocks.
I forgot about Tarzan Rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was like how long did that run?
5 years, I think.
I think about
No.
5 years. I think so.
Really? Wow.
Brian, the one thing you have to remember, after Animal Kingdom opened, Disney World spent no money for 5 years because they were piss broke.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when did Animal Kingdom open up?
2001.
Mm,
It was between 99 and 01.
98.
Okay.
98. God damn it.
But,
I was working there for the 10th anniversary. That's how I know.
Okay. And when did Paris open up?
99, I think.
I believe 90. I think that's 99.
Really?
I think
Why
so.
did I think
They were
Paris
real
was,
close.
Why did I
because-
think Disneyland Paris was in the early 90s? Or I guess that was that was Euro. When did Euro Disney become Disneyland Paris?
Doesn't matter. It's all the same budget.
That's okay.
The cost overruns literally destroyed every bit of budget they had.
Right.
As we have this wonderful smart box here. So Disneyland Paris opened in 1992.
It opened in 92. We're thinking of the expansion.
Nah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, wait a minute, Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the Disney Studios Park.
Okay, that explains it then. The California Adventure of Europe.
But you have to think, if it opened in 92
Mm-hmm.
and they began having all the issues of it being built and then people not going because they forgot the French like to drink.
Right.
You're looking at 94, 95. You're looking at harder development of Animal Kingdom.
True.
So you got that. And while we're talking about that, fine, have the studios. Because we basically just agreed which DAC rides get it because it's not hard.
It's not. The problem with DAC is there's things to do that aren't ride on attractions, and it's not rocket science.
Yeah.
I'm torn so obviously one's Rise of the Resistance. I think we are all done with that. But I'm thinking I want to charge for one of the shows. And I can't decide between Beauty and the Beast, Indiana Jones, or The Little Mermaid.
Indiana Jones.
That's what I was leaning towards. But Beauty and the Beast is... Oh, you know what? Actually, take Little Mermaid off. Fantasmic.
I was going to say, you're thinking all wrong. It's fantastic.
It's
That's what
fantastic.
you charge for.
I just forgot about Fantasmic because it's been closed since COVID.
Fantasmic would be one.
Because that is, I mean, you want to talk that everyone flocks to Fantasmic at the end of the day. That place is massive.
But due to the capacity, I'm not sure how many people would pay for it. That's part of the problem here. It's been running so long. I'm not sure as many people would pay for Fantasmic as you think.
What if they actually updated it?
I'm going to stick with because if they're updating it, the people who are going to pay for it are new people. Anybody returning already knows I don't have to.
Bruce, we're sitting here. We're discussing shows in the studios. They're all old.
That's true.
Yeah.
Have you been on Little Mermaid?
Yes, I did it the last time I was there, and I took a nap.
Because it's old.
Now, there is a new show. It's a show / no, it's a show. It's not even a ride. Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. I haven't seen it. My nephew loves Lightning McQueen, so I mean he was on cloud nine for that. But
to me, this is simple. Fantasmic's not a bad option. To me, this is simple. Rise and Slinky Dog.
I think he's right on that one.
Yeah.
Slinky Dog Dash has logo. Slinky Dog Dash fits the bill of what would make it. I'm surprised it's
not.
I'm surprised it's Minnie and Mickey's. I understand why, to an extent. It's a newer attraction, more popular. I guess it has a capacity issue. I haven't been on it, so I always thought Great Movie Ride turned out pretty damn good. It's the same vehicle.
But it is the same vehicle? I thought it was different vehicles.
No, it's not. It's the same vehicles as Rise of the Resistance.
Okay, they are. Every time I've seen pictures of them, they look like the
look
capacity
like
is small. They're smaller. Then the capacity is lower, so that's a fair one. I still would go Slinky Dog.
Yeah,
I think you're right, but I would like to. I'm blanking on the full proper name, but the Jedi Trials, the Jedi, that stupid thing the kids do in
the Jedi
Star
Academy.
Tours. Yes,
Jedi Academy.
Oh.
Because I have seen so many people that are so sad because they didn't get there early enough to get their kid into it, despite the fact it has 400 shows a day.
And it's first come, first serve. Yeah.
I could see that.
I could see that. That's an option. I just didn't want to have them all in Star Wars. Have them both in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I also forgot that existed. The same way for a second, I thought you were going to say Sounds Dangerous.
If we're talking about attractions, I would pay to have, in this case, open. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd bring back
stupidest attraction in existence.
I'd bring back Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and charge everyone to get in. Because
Bob Chapek wants to be a millionaire.
Well, no, because I would actually, and here's how people would come in. You don't win 1 million points. You win $1 million in cash. I'm like, look, you want to be on the show, pay to come in, and it's it's kind of like betting, gambling in a sense. It's like all gets into a
that's what it is.
Into a pot. Everyone has a buy-in, cover charge. All that money goes to the $1 million.
Yeah, because that's so illegal.
Winner take all, baby.
And Disney loves to give money to the government of Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. That's part of the problem is when you're picking attractions, sometimes it gets logical.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, like you said, Tron's a given when that opens. The same way as we move parks, there's one that's a given when it opens.
Guardians.
I was thinking Moana.
You know what? You laugh.
Walk
no, I was
water.
actually. I'm joking, but no, I'm thinking Guardians and Moana when they both open.
Oh. Time out. On this note, obviously we're going up to Epcot. So, have we heard anything about this Play Pavilion lately? Any updates on the Play Pavilion where the old Wonders of Life used to be? Because all right, Bob Chapek, come in closer, Bob. Come here, Bob. I have an idea for you. Turn it into an arcade. Everything is by quarters and dollar bills. You go in there and buy everything by the nickels and dimes.
Just saying, he just heard you, but he's not doing it there. There's already a logical place for a big arcade.
At the NBA Experience, bring back Disney Quest.
Only there was an attraction themed after an arcade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on.
No.
Yeah. Well, that's where I was going. I was going to Flynn's Arcade. But.
Flynn's Arcade, I was thinking when you get rid of Stitch, I'm gonna wreck it.
Oh yeah, that too. Wreck-It Ralph. Well, no, but I think he's going into the Play Pavilion because if you looked at the concept art, it looks like it's Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Which certainly could. Listen, honestly, anything that has to do with World Showplace or the Wonders of Life Pavilion, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I just feel like it's going to be one giant arcade.
No, it's going to be a giant arcade until they need it for Food and Wine or Flower and Garden.
Well, no, I'm just saying arcade in the sense of they'll probably have everything in there will have Lightning Lane passes for it.
Nothing would surprise me at this point.
Can I have a Lightning Lane for Mortal Kombat? Thank you.
Well, because you keep in mind they have Body Wars in that Wonders of Life Pavilion. So there's at least one. There's actually two attractions: Cranium Command and Body Wars. So they have this
Body
space there.
Wars. Had. That thing has been so scrounged for parts. I'm not sure anything exists back there.
Well, for a while they were using it to actually test for Star Wars. But
Yes.
I think
and then they scavenged the parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with Cranium Command. I believe it's Godspeed.
Did they ever get the Cranium Command guy back?
No. He's in someone's prized possession right now.
God damn you, John Stamos.
I was going to say Bob Chapek, but...
No, Chapek doesn't own it. I believe it is owned outside the company.
Oh, yeah.
Stamos.
John Stamos.
He is a big Disney collector, and he has shit Disney doesn't want him to have.
Really?
That much I do know.
Brody probably sold it to him.
So, like what? Walt's Frozen Head?
He has, like, the original Disneyland sign. Like, he has random
He has
shit.
He has shit that Disney would love to get their hands back on.
Wow.
So, it's not unreasonable to say John Stamos has it.
I actually think I did see. I forget who had it. It wasn't him. I saw somebody a year or two ago. Like I was like, "What? Really? How'd you get that?"
Well, how did they even break in and steal it? That's my question. I mean, obviously, it was an Ocean's 11 job.
No.
Right.
It had to
remember
be.
When I worked at Dorney Park, somebody stole one of the fucking claw machines.
Brian.
Really?
There's access in and out of that building besides the front door, remember?
Yeah, but with all the cameras in the park, you're telling me that, like, they didn't see anybody?
You're assuming that
there's
they were watching it? No, you're also assuming that they were watching Wonders of Life Pavilion?
True.
You could easily get in and out of that.
Yeah.
But when you have so many cast members coming in and out, it's surprisingly easy to do some of the things they can do.
I would like to point out, yes, John Stamos does own the D from the original Disneyland sign.
Yeah, I thought so.
He owns a Dumbo.
Wow.
That's not that. They actually do sell those. Does he own one of the Nautiluses?
I don't think so.
Because they were selling those for a while.
Wait, the ride Nautilus?
I ain't talking about the cup.
Now,
do you know people actually somebody bought the burnt Jaws from Jaws, okay? Like, people will buy this. If you sell it, they will come.
Here's what I want to know.
And
where would someone stash something like that?
You have to have just big... I could put it in my backyard. It'd be my backyard.
Brian, the people who can afford it have the space for it.
True. But Bruce, I was going to say, you have room for Bruce in your backyard, Bruce?
If I had the money, I would have bought the Ecto one. I'm not kidding. If I had the $45,000, it'd be mine.
Yeah, that's like me with getting the DeLorean from Back to the Future. That would probably be my dream car.
Now, you want to talk Oceans? You want to talk an Oceans job? We're still on the time train.
Yeah, that would be a nice heist.
You want to do Ocean's job? We're taking the time train.
Yeah, I would take that.
And involves Halloween Horror Nights Fog. I have a plan. Anyway, so our attractions, back on track here for a second. Our attractions at Epcot.
Guardians, and I'm probably actually going to
Do we count Guardians, though? Do we count Guardians?
Yes,
it's not
I'm counting it.
I would count Guardians. Listen, we could do it, but Guardians is coming in fast. I think Guardians will be open before Tron. I'm expecting one in the fall and one in the summer. I'm expecting Guardians, obviously, for the summer. I would say Guardians. But listen, it depends on how you guys want to do it. We could say, here's what we think now, and obviously when Guardians comes, that's going to be one of them.
We'll just throw Guardians into the mix because there's nothing else that's coming right now for Epcot. That's like the big big thing. So
Like-
we'll just include it.
Epcot has so many attractions that could be, and then so many that don't need anything. Like
Yeah.
old Test Track, I would have put on there. New Test Track, I wouldn't. But
I mean, yeah.
Soarin', not since they opened the third theater and shortened it.
Frankly, Frozen makes sense because of the low capacity and the popularity with young kids.
Yeah. I was thinking Frozen and Guardians were going to be my two.
I
Remy's a
mean,
placeholder for Guardians. I'm calling it now.
100%.
Yeah.
Listen, it's new enough they possibly could put Frozen Lightning Lane in just they could because it's old enough they could put for just to have their two new attractions and then have Remy's. But frankly, I don't think Remy's is going to be a boarding group for all that long.
I don't think so either. I think they're going to add that into the.
I think it's going to be a standby once Guardians opens. It's
Oh,
only
you
a
mean
boarding
like-
group because it's brand new. Let's face
Yeah.
it.
Do you think they're going to charge individual for Remy's, or do you think it might be added into the $15 all-day Genie Plus service?
All the Genie Plus. Or that's going to be it, or it's going to be an individual, and Frozen's going to go into. Listen, they could just say, by the way, we're adding in Guardians. That's $15. Here's the other two, and we're done.
Right,
There's nothing stopping them from doing that.
right.
But I'm just thinking, it's being the new kid in town, I would do it with making it a standby and then having a paid fast pass. You want to beat the line? Here you go. Because I'm assuming it's probably a low capacity. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I would never in a million years boarding group that.
What, Remy's?
I would never do that. I would take 2 hours of my life and just sit at the tequila bar and spend a lot of money, which make Bob happier.
Yes. And I'm sorry, I'm just reading the whole story on John Stamos getting the Disneyland sign.
Oh my God.
And he wasn't actually trying to buy it.
Really?
It was an auction, and he was just trying to bid up Michael Jackson.
I love it.
That's fantastic.
I respect
And then-
that.
Apparently,
Hey, John!
Michael called his
Hey, John!
bluff, and
Hey, John, how much you want for that Disneyland plaque, John?
Called his bluff and he goes, well, I guess I'm buying it now.
he truly didn't believe he owned it until the cranes brought it to his backyard.
Oh my God. He's like, then what am I going to do with this?
It's like right behind his house, and then there's one of the cars from Snow White next to it.
Okay.
They did sell those off. I love
They
like
sold those.
they sell any of them when attraction goes defunct. They sold rather than sometimes keep them. They'll keep one and then just sell others. I know Mr. Toad's. I'm pretty sure that they sold most of those. Some went to Disneyland. Some got sold.
The amazing things that I remember, Character Warehouse or whatever it was that sold all this shit from Disney
Mhm.
World. At one point, they had a monorail.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy a monorail train. I remember
Wow.
seeing the Nautilus for sale there. Like,
They're just ridiculously expensive because on top of that, you have to pay the freight to move the stupid thing.
Yeah.
on the list of things that I wish I was just a little bit richer for, and I actually do mean a little bit, because in the scheme of theme park memorabilia, it was like $5,000 for a Horizons car.
The car that you sit in during
Yes.
the ride. Yeah. With the touch. Oh, yeah.
Not terribly big to store.
Right.
Wouldn't be bad. I would have liked
Honestly,
that. I could be
any
smoking
prop
a
from
cigar in a
Horizons.
Horizons car right now.
Any prop from Horizons, I would snag in an auction.
I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know. Horizons has like that ride. That's like my
No.
dad and I. Like
No,
like,
no.
that's our.
I'm with you. I wouldn't go that far with any prop.
Really?
Yeah, there's an octopus in there. No thanks.
And it's not that hard to own a prop from something, because there's a lot of them. But
Yeah.
you got to remember, there's like napkins.
The problem when it comes to props, they often sometimes will repurpose them. They'll hold them in storage. It's the ones they think are going to be, why are we going to sell that? Listen, we'll repurpose this. We'll do this. We'll do that. We can use this for this part, that part. But we'll sell this. To you storage. You two go over to Disney or down to the Disney park.
Yep.
Especially with having so many parks, so they can easily repurpose things. You know, like when your parade floats get too old, so just get them from Tokyo.
It's a random prop, but it's to me it's iconic. If for some reason that Tower of Terror decides to change up the theme and it's no longer a haunted hotel, I need to get my hands on that owl statue in the lobby. As soon as you walk in, it's kind of like in that little.
I know where it is. I asked that what I thought you were going with.
Which one?
I thought you were going with Caesar.
Caesar.
Yeah.
The puppet at the end. I forgot about it.
To be fair, I think a lot of Twilight Zone stuff you would never have access to. I think that stuff is gone ski. I think they're going to be like, oh, we'll put this in the movie museum someplace. Done.
Yeah, no, I would just like the owl statue. First, I would just love to have that like on an end something. You know, it's just like Tower of Terror. Like
I want the mahjong board.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be a nice one.
Yeah.
Well, why do you have a mahjong board you can't play? Tower of Terror.
You know, if we're just talking places with tons of cool crap that I'd love to get my hands on some of that, the WWE warehouse is something to behold.
Where's that?
It's in Stamford, Connecticut. It's literally their active warehouse. But about 10 years ago, they began collecting back their memorabilia so they could potentially actually open a Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
So they have things like...
Oh, the car?
They have the car. They have Andre the Giant's boot there. They have the Giant SmackDown fist.
How many caskets do they have?
Over 30.
Wow.
They don't get rid of anything, including things that people sit there and go, why do we still have this? What do we need the Punjabi prison for anymore?
No, I agree with them on that because there's two warehouses I would give anything to go in. That one and, well, obviously the Horror Nights warehouse.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the things Bruce could take. The things Bruce could take. I have all the Killer Clown stuff. The things Bruce could take.
Speaking
mine.
Speaking of Horror Nights and the Ecto 1.
Yeah.
Apparently Ghostbusters has a new trailer.
Yes,
I've never seen it. I don't think Bruce has seen it. Brian's seen it.
I will.
Is that him?
What kind of scientist was Grandpa?
Honestly, I have no idea.
I found it in my living room.
Wait a minute. This thing is real?
Somehow, a town that has no fault lines is shaking on a daily basis.
Talking, so not copyright infringement.
Maybe it's the apocalypse.
Oh my god.
This isn't mine. It's a gateway.
Ooh.
I love this scene.
That...
What do we do?
And cue the music.
I love this car. Go!
He's old!
What exactly is happening here?
We need to finish what our grandfather started.
That's not good.
Zool. I love it. This is awesome.
Hey, buddy.
Goes with the
cannot
Gozerian.
I cannot wait. I just
I'm
the
in.
only
No, gotta see that in theaters. No, gotta see it. You know what? I'm just gonna go now. I'm just gonna start waiting now. Can't wait. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
I am.
I am so freaking in.
Devil's advocate though. Devil's advocate. And I hope to God this is not the case. Like, yes, they said this is a sequel to the original two films, but I just hope those scenes in there, like, there's little, like, obviously, like, the mom probably becomes Zool. Like, she probably becomes Zool. She probably gets possessed. Paul Rudd probably becomes Vincent, the Keymaster. I just hope
Disagree.
this is not.
We haven't seen a lot of things because I know two people who are in the movie. We haven't seen them in any trailer, and they're very mum on what they are, who they're playing. And I know Tracy Letts is in the movie.
Who?
Tracy Letts is in the movie. I know that for a fact.
Who's that?
He's an actor and a playwright.
Why do I know that name?
He's an actor. He's a playwright. He's done a lot, but I know for a fact he's in. I know there's a couple of people in this movie they have kept super hush about anything to do with them.
Okay.
Like you will not find a leak of unless there's screenings of it, which the early reviews of this are fantastic. And Brian, I think we're good. Like the early reviews are like, listen, it pays homage. It's new. They said this is a great Ghostbusters movie.
As long as it's a new story and not like a Force Awakens story.
I think it's partly a rehash, but it can't be the same old story because, well, it's just if it's not in the city, there's a lot of it that's changed.
Right.
Yeah. And the thing I want to know, and obviously we'll need to see the movie to find out. Does she know? And she doesn't tell? Or does she truly not know anything about the Ghostbusters? How has society collectively forgotten this has happened?
They haven't. It looks like from other trailers I've seen, it looks like they haven't forgotten them. Because remember, the one trailer kind of implies that they're going to go to the occult bookshop at some point. Or they'll see inside of it. I think it's that society didn't necessarily forget, or if they did, it's a possible that something happened that with Egon that wiped their memory of the Ghostbusters away. But like the commercials are still out there because you saw in the one trailer. We are ready to believe you.
Right.
But they keep hinting that not collectively forgotten, but so far out of the zeitgeist that people don't care because they really do play it that Paul Rudd's the only one who knows this. Like,
it's simply
like what? Yeah.
Well, it simply could be Paul Rudd's of the age to know. The mother wants to hide it, possibly, or nothing happened ever since. So people thought the Ghostbusters fell into obscurity. Nothing happened again, so they must have all been bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we're gonna find out soon enough. I think that's a month away.
Well, here's the other thing too. Remember how the second movie started, and how like the Ghostbusters were kind of a laughingstock because they were doing like birthday parties and all this stuff.
Because nothing happened. What have you done for me? Like you did one thing. You caused a shit ton of city damage.
Right. Exactly.
Which
so
you continue to do.
Right. So I'm pretty sure if anything happened in this movie, so at the end of the second one, it was the ooze on the museum. So obviously they probably had to repay the damages there.
Cutting through the city, causing massive blackouts. The damage that the Statue of Liberty caused.
The ooze underground too, like all that underground ooze. So yeah, I'm sure basically the city of New York probably sued the Ghostbusters to force them into bankrupt.
I wouldn't say sued because the reason you can't sue them is technically by the standards of the movie, they were asked to come in and do this. Now,
True.
granted, you could say we didn't tell you to smash open the library with a
Right.
torch. Like, think about that. They never explain how did Statue of Liberty get back.
Yeah.
There's a lot that we just never explained, which I'm fine with. Listen, that's movie magic. It's fine.
Right.
You don't need to explain it. But this could offer. It could be something like that. Because remember, the original script for the original third movie, the Ghostbusters were a huge thing. It was an international almost organization, a big business. So
that's why they had the female Ghostbuster film that came. I'm going to pretend that film didn't happen, but yeah, because that
film absolutely happened and will tie in eventually again.
Mm-hmm. That's the rumor.
So I'm just reading through the brief cast list here on Google, and I just like the name of the new Slimer. Muncher.
What's the name? What is it?
Muncher.
Oh, Muncher. That's right. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Is it a new Slimer, or did Slimer just get old and fat?
No, he's a new Slimer.
Okay.
I think they would have billed him as Slimer if it was Slimer.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. Listen, there's nothing that says we're not going to see Slimer still.
Oh yeah,
Slimer
Who
better
knows
be
what
in
we're going
this.
to see.
I better see Slimer.
There's so many people I want to see, and there's so many people I hope they've somehow kept hidden that I'd love, but I don't know.
Like Rick Moranis. God, I hope he's in this movie.
He's not.
I know, but I just give me a cameo. Just have him like walk down the street as Louis Tully going, "Oh, sorry." Like,
Well,
just like
see, I actually think he's in the movie. It's going to be old footage.
yeah.
I think it could be an old footage of him running through the street or something when here's what happened back then, and you see footage of him running for the original movie.
Here's what I think: if he is in the movie in any way, shape, or form, even if it could be new footage, but they've kept it out of the screeners.
It's not impossible. It's really not. Hey, listen. We'll just be happy we are able to talk about this, because there was Louis Tully was originally supposed to be John Candy, and this wouldn't even be a conversation.
Right.
Yeah. We need the agoraphobic cowboy in our life.
Oh, listen. Well, I'm just saying because, obviously, rest in peace, John Candy is not with us. So I love me some Rick Moranis too.
Yeah, and just one thing. The fact that he popped the world by appearing in a friggin' Mint Mobile commercial.
With Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
Yep.
His
brought Rick
comeback,
Moranis.
Yeah, the comeback in the. And then what was sad is that didn't someone just like beat him up in New York City?
He got beat up pretty bad. Not pretty bad, but like he got beat up.
Why would someone do that to first of all to anybody, but let alone Rick Moranis?
Easily, they don't care.
Like,
Respect.
I mean,
Nobody has it.
He was the '90s dad. He's the '90s dad. You know, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and all that.
He's hit the Rodney Dangerfield level.
No respect.
No respect.
Well, actually, didn't I hear though? Speaking of Rick Moranis, didn't I hear that they're remaking on Disney Plus a series, or it's either a movie or a TV series called Shrunk?
Yes.
And it stars Josh Gad as Nick. And he shrunk his family or something, or he shrunk his kids and he used his dad's help to get the kids back.
That could be. That would fit.
Speaking of random things on Disney Plus, and I hope Disney sees this. I hope it does well, and they know the direction they need to take this. They're going to have Olaf telling the other Disney stories.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Really?
Yes, and I want them to see this. I want them to look at this, and then I want them to think hard. Real hard, because we all need Lewis telling us the story of Endgame.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes.
We need this.
Yes, we do.
Not just Endgame. We need him to recap the entire first phase of all Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everything. I want him to tell his version of all the stories.
Exactly.
can you imagine? And Josh Gad would just be like, he would be so into it too, because it'd be just be like him retelling the story
Yeah, and that's what
as
it is.
Olaf.
That's what they're doing. It's coming out in November, and it should be amazing.
Oh my god!
Yeah, the one still I saw was Olaf with a mermaid shell bikini and doing the classic Ariel pose.
Oh my god!
And
Is he gonna sing the songs too?
probably.
You're joking with me, right? That's a real question.
I'm just wondering. Like, yeah,
Yes.
but you're right though. Thinking long and hard about this. Yeah, we need an end game. We need the whole Marvel library.
So
oh my god, that would be.
Or the only other option, there is another option besides Lewis. There is another option to do this.
What?
Deadpool.
Yeah, but that's Hulu. That's not Disney Plus.
You
Deadpool
could
can't do it on
do
Disney.
a PG version.
I don't want a PG version.
I know we don't want a PG version. You could do both, by the way.
And just for a full thing here, on the Olaf presents his interpretation of the classics is classic. The movies they are highlighting on the poster: Tangled, The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, The Lion King, and Moana.
Do you have a picture of this poster?
I do. Give me 1 second here. Have to share a different screen. Ah! Sorry, I have lost my mouse. There it is. Oh.
I'm going to call you right back. I'm in the middle of a podcast.
Oh my god! I hope that was on the audio recording.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Not the first time this has happened. I did the One Horror Nights podcast I was a contestant on has an entire. I told them you can't use that. Has an entire conversation of me with work.
Oh my god! Olaf presents Tangled, Moana, The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and The Lion King. Oh my god!
A Disney Plus day premiere.
Now, how long do you think these episodes are?
15 minutes, if that. The whole point is they can't be long. It's maybe 5 to 10 minutes. That's the whole point. Is that Olaf tells them very fast, very quick, and very jumbled.
Oh yeah, we definitely need a Marvel library in 15 minutes. That's a challenge.
No, what I think it will be is it's either going to be shorts and not even 15 minutes, 5 minutes or less.
Yeah,
think
that works.
Of his retelling of Frozen in Frozen 2. That long.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be, he comes out, he does his spiel, it's very quick, very fast, very funny, move it on. If they're too long, unless he's going to do them all in one show, which would also be fine.
Do you don't think they're going to put him in the movies, do you?
No.
Okay.
It is. I firmly believe it's time.
No. I've seen that they've shown stills, and it's him. Because remember, he builds the snow to do whatever he needs. Yeah. It's just meant to be funny.
On November 12th, it's time to revisit some of our childhood movies through the mind of a talking snowman.
It's personal.
I like the idea of the 5-minute shorts because that means it's easy to add on.
Yeah.
Make it a yearly thing.
Right.
First you got to see how it goes over, and depends on what God's up to and everything.
But if the pandemic has taught me anything, Josh Gad loves doing Olaf.
Josh Gad loves anything Disney offers him.
Because
yeah,
right at like the height of the pandemic, they were looking for content and they couldn't record anywhere. And a lot of these actors, especially voice actors like Gad does a lot, have recording studios in their house. So they did a lot of like little Frozen shorts just starring Olaf.
Yeah. They're easy to animate, they're easy to produce, and he's like you said, he's easy to get to record things.
And that's like What If, Marvel's What If, same concept. During quarantine, they had these actors just basically record lines and dialogue. So
a lot of them was recorded before quarantine, I believe.
Yeah.
really,
Remember, you're saying that What If took a long time to make. That was not we made this in a year show.
true, because of all the that makes sense with all the animation, all
All
that.
animation.
Well, and I guess they did announce the What If like at the last D23 Expo, so it's been at least a couple of years.
Yeah, no, that was something they were planning from the get-go because they were always planning. Marvel has a long-term plan, and the multiverse was always a plan of that, and using What If to introduce it, help introduce it.
Why isn't Kevin Feige not running Disney?
Because he's busy running Marvel.
True.
That's a full-time. That's a full-time job.
Job
The fact that you had to call a meeting to tell the rules of the multiverse you're about to announce.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure there had to be a booklet with it too.
I'm sure.
Now, what they really need to do is they need to see Star Wars, and they need to just hand that to Jon Favreau and let him roll with it.
Dave Filoni.
Well, them
I mean,
together.
Or just quit making movies and make TV because clearly you're better at that.
Make them under the direction of Filoni and Favreau.
Just like a Kevin Feige, like have them be the producers, the executive producers, and I sort of agree with you, Bruce, with TV, but I don't think they had their chance with films yet. Nothing against the.
How many chances do they need?
Remember though, even if TV movies, I think you really need to look at this and think long and hard. Movie theaters are really dying. They're holding them on to dear life. So good for them, but they're going out. This is your future, and it's probably easier and cheaper to produce a series than a movie at a time.
Even like a limited series, that's what I
mean. You can break a movie. You have a lot of opportunity here at your fingertips to tell more stories, do more things. I think the movies they're getting too big with it. You need to break it down into easier things to manage. Again, having them run it's fine. I'm more of a believer in partners are for dancing. You should have one person in charge. But again, I'm not. I still haven't watched The Mandalorian, so who knows?
See, I guess one in particular.
I'm sorry. The last 2 times I tried to watch it, my power went out. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is.
I mean, so can we even share spoilers if Bruce hasn't, because he's been living under a rock, not watching Mandalorian?
Bruce has other things he likes to watch a lot.
Hey, there's people I know that watch Mandalorian going, not for me.
It may not be. It may not be for me. We don't know that.
I've had people come up to me saying, they're like, yeah, we like the original Star Wars films, but that's it. We don't really care for the Mandalorian.
I think part of the Mandalorian's problem for those people is you need 3 episodes. Episode 1, I was like, okay, okay. I'm not sure what everyone's raving about, but okay. Episode 2, Episode 3, I think, is where I finally went, okay, this is must-see TV. And there's so many shows like that.
I need to just take a time. The hype train was too big for me. It was too much. I guarantee you, if the hype train's too big, I won't jump on.
The thing with Mandalorian and the show is seriously set up like a typical TV show. You have it is very character heavy. So the first couple episodes, I agree with those. It definitely takes at least 3. For me, I think it was about 4 episodes.
That's any TV show. That's anything. Any story needs time to set up.
But the thing is, though, when it comes to most television, well, I guess most television shows now are about an hour, but with some shows they can be like a half an hour, 45 minutes. Oh wait, these episodes were half an hour, weren't they? There was only a couple that
half hour to 50 minutes.
Yeah,
depending on the episode.
And sometimes some of those episodes felt too short. They really cut everything down and
Yeah.
within 30 minutes. And then there's other episodes that were just sleepers. They were just like, this was just a fill-in. Like there wasn't really any point to have this episode. So
You're not really selling it here, dude.
but overall, the storyline, besides a few sleeper episodes, besides that, the story.
Aren't there only like 20 episodes?
2 seasons,
Yeah.
so yeah, something like that. The story's good. The story is there. This was a true sequel.
I will watch it. I will watch it eventually. It will be watched at some point. I will eventually say, well, I have no choice. I've had other things to watch. Let's do it.
The most fantastical part of the show, which is something only I'll get, is the ease he has at finding child care.
Yeah.
Throughout the show. Oh, hey, can you watch this thing for me?
Yeah, seriously. Like every mission, he's like, here,
Hold
take
this.
the kid. I have to do this. I'll be back for the kid.
I'll be back for the kid in a week.
It's like, where's the kid? He's missing. Oh no, we have to go find the kid now. Like, it is somewhat a little predictable at times.
I mean,
episodic show.
When you get episodic, predictability is not a bad thing. It doesn't have to be a groundbreaking or change the reel. You just have to make the baby roll.
But the characters are good. Storyline's good. You know, if there was a Star Wars show that I would want to see, it would be a continuation. And you may not have liked it. I thought it was one of the better Star Wars films. I enjoyed Solo. I felt like Solo got gypped. There's so much potential for that movie to a possible series.
I haven't seen it.
Dozer, what did you think of Solo?
I haven't seen Solo or The Last Jedi yet because
You guys haven't seen Solo? Oh, you guys
They've
have
burned so much goodwill with me.
None of what I saw looked anywhere near entertaining. I've heard good things, but it's
so much fun. Even like, you know, a new actor playing a young Han Solo. I was like, whatever, you know, I'll go past that. The whole film.
What, you're gonna have Harrison Ford play young Han Solo? Who else was gonna play it?
Han Solo.
Yeah, who else is gonna play a young Han Solo but a new actor there, buddy?
Well, I know, but I mean, like someone that can look or act like Harrison Ford. Like he doesn't look like Harrison Ford. He doesn't really act like Harrison Ford.
Well, gee, I wonder why.
Well, because he's not Harrison.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
You knew exactly where I was going with that. Because it's not Harrison Ford. Come on.
I know. Like, so yeah, people were kind of like, well, you know, it's not Harrison Ford.
Well,
I get that.
Suck. Fans ruin everything, and I'm one of them.
But here's the thing: like Donald Glover as Lando, like as a young Lando, he was born to play that role. The whole film is this like Dirty Dozen bank heist movie. Like it's just so fun. Like the whole thing is just like Han meets up with Chewie.
But right there,
Freddy's dead.
Is that the final nightmare? What are those? Who has those?
One of my friends in one of my wrestling chats.
That's awesome!
That's awesome.
That's so cool. I'm like,
movie.
Freddy's dead. I'm like, that can't be what I think it is.
Oh my God, Suburban Commando coming this fall. Hulk Hogan, Christopher Lloyd, Shelley Duvall. Oh my God.
I forgot about that movie.
So now I know why it's in my wrestling.
House Party 2.
Sorry, I had to completely derail because I figured the people in this podcast would enjoy seeing that.
Oh,
That's
hell
fantastic.
yeah. That is some awesome memorabilia right there in an underrated movie.
Again, when did Freddy's Dead come out?
90s? Late 80s, early 90s.
So that was the last one before New Nightmare, right?
Mm-hmm. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, then New Nightmare, which is obviously very meta. And then, well, we're not speaking about the other thing.
Freddy's Dead was 91.
Yeah, thank you. I thought it was early 90s.
And shortly after Freddy's Dead, Freddy got fingered. And then...
Yeah. Because New Nightmare, I believe, was like 93 or something like that. maybe even
Okay.
94. Then there's the remake that should not be mentioned.
Oh God,
Which is, listen, every franchise needs at least one movie that you just can't talk about. You know, like Halloween 1, 2, 4. There's Friday the 13th. 6, 7. Jason Goes to Hell.
what happened to
What?
Jason
Jeff's
X?
Jason X.
Yeah, Jason in space. He gets cryogenically frozen.
That's after Goes to Hell.
Oh yeah, you're right.
After Jason X is after Goes to Hell.
What about Jason
There's the movie. You're on to the movie that I did not mention.
Takes Manhattan.
Don't mention it, otherwise it'll appear somewhere. Oh my God!
Man,
don't mention it. No, no, the head punch was not okay. No, do not condone that. Now people are going to go watch Jason Takes Man. Are you happy with what you just did? That is going to be in someone's queue someplace, right with Halloween 3. Are you happy in Nightmare 2? Congratulations. These movies are going to be watched. We need to lock them away for a reason.
That's actually not a bad marathon. Or the brutal sequels that nobody wants to watch horror films.
Oh, by the way, and we're gonna cap this with the Chucky sex scene on a loop. You're welcome.
Yeah, you start this marathon with Halloween 3 seasons of a witch, then you go into
let's not forget. Let's not forget here. Jason was a copycat when he went to space. The Leprechaun did it before it was cool.
Wait,
yeah.
Was it 4? Which one was it? Was it 4? Okay, because then it was
Leprechaun 2, 3, 4, Leprechaun in space, Leprechaun in the hood, and then only place he liked so much. The Leprechaun liked it so much in the hood, he went back to the hood.
Back to the hood.
And then a terrible, terrible, terrible newer movie.
They remade Leprechaun?
Origins. Yes, I know Hornswoggle's in it. Don't care. Terrible movie.
I forgot about Origins.
It was
but
bad.
I got to interview Hornswoggle.
I'm sure. Did you ask him why it was so bad? I believe it's also a sequel. It's not a remake.
Because he really enjoyed being in the film. And
good for him. I'm sure he enjoyed being in it. Man, that movie was bad.
Did Warwick Davis come back as?
No, the Leprechaun was somebody completely different. It had a different tone. They took the house. It was the original house, and it was being turned into just like sorority house or something. The only returning thing that was cool. It was the same mechanic, the same guy from the first film, Ozzy. I'm like, what's the character's name? Ozzy. But other than that, yeah, everyone has to have. Every franchise has to have their miss. And then there's Texas Chainsaw, which is a whole lot of them.
Hold on.
Texas Chainsaw 2,
No. Texas Chainsaw 2 is a good movie. The first two are good movies.
Look,
I'm talking
there's one of the leprechauns.
Oh.
No. He's no. There's two leprechauns. There's Warwick Davis and then him. Remember, Davis did all the original movies.
Yeah,
I said
back in
one of them.
Even Leprechaun in Space.
Yeah.
Which, that's an interview where Don Mancini lost a little respect for me. It is possible. He already said he hasn't had an idea for it. It's entirely possible for Chucky in Space.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm. He said that, I'm like, dude.
Sense.
Don! What's he going? To kill Bezos? Is that his plan?
I wouldn't even mind if it's like a joke scene, not a whole storyline, just like a one-off segment with him in space.
I don't care. I don't trust it. I hear space in a horror movie. I'm like, oh God, please be alien.
Let's just make this easy. Let's have some fun right now.
Yeah.
Why don't we have Chucky versus the Leprechaun in space? There we go. That'll be a great film.
Actually, not the first time Chucky's name's been associated with a verse movie.
Was it with Billy the Puppet?
No, it was originally. It was supposed to be. There was an idea for a sequel of Freddy versus Jason versus Chucky.
I thought it was Freddy versus Jason versus Leatherface, or
That's
Michael
another
Myers.
one. No. There was a lot of them. Chucky, believe it or not, was a very popular choice. Because, remember, Jason was the serious one. You needed someone to match Freddy's insanity. You're thinking of Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys.
Ooh.
Which was a bad movie. Also, one of the Demonic Toys got its own movie this year. So, horror aficionados, there you go. Baby Oopsie is the name of the movie. The leader of one of the Demonic Toys is Baby Oopsie Daisy. Yeah, that is the Baby Oopsie is indeed a Demonic Toy. Yeah, that's an idea somebody had. I'm going to make a movie about this.
And don't shit on Hornswoggle too much. It was not his acting debut.
I'm not blaming him.
He was in another movie that fits in with the theme of this podcast.
What?
Muppets Most Wanted.
Yes, he was. That's a great.
Russian
that
prisoner.
was a good movie. That was a good movie. Which, by the way, I did watch Muppet Haunted Mansion. I am in the minority. Yeah. I liked it a lot.
I haven't gotten to see it yet. I tried.
It's adorable. It's very. The problem I think a lot of people aren't going to have is yes, it's very kid oriented, which I think we see. Our generation seems to think that the Muppets is for us. It's not. It's always been a kid show first.
Yeah.
But this is also a very classic Muppet show. If you're not familiar with it, it's very characters, sketches. Though actually, to me, I thought the constant scenes went on too long. There was too much of that. And another thing, I got to be honest, one of the biggest surprises to me, the music was terrible. Save for one number that was fun, I thought the music was blech.
Which number did you like? The opening one or the one with Kermit? I agree.
Not the opening number. And most music stinks. And that number was only fun because, again, it embodied the Haunted Mansion theme of it.
But they should have just done Grim Grinning Ghost in the opening.
The opening should have either just been Grim Grinning Ghost, or preferably, I think you should have just had very little singing at all. And if you're singing, it should have been things from the attraction, or again, it was actually the opening should have been a Haunted Mansion variation of the Muppet Show theme.
Ooh,
but they did that with the one with Kermit.
No, they only did the end. They did the end of it.
You're right.
Just like the end of the song was Grim Grinning Ghost. It was just an homage at the end.
You're right.
If you were going to make it or something like that, the problem was I didn't care for the opening. It was cute. It had some nice things in it that were cute, but the problem was when the song is just bleh, that's the issue. You need to have something catchy. Considering the last two Muppet movies had pretty good music in it, this was just bleh. With music-wise, I thought it was a cute, adorable. I would watch them do anything like this again in a heartbeat. Only one thing that I found very odd. It's a bit of a spoiler, sort of. I don't know if I should say it.
Spoiler.
A spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Where's Rizzo?
He was in it.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Those rats were three different rats. The fat rat and the other two rats, those are different rat puppets. Those were not Rizzo that I saw. I did not see Rizzo for a Gonzo Buddy movie. I think I know why they chose Pepe, and I love Pepe the Prawn, don't get me wrong. We had a deep dive of Muppets here. Still no Robin. What the heck? No Robin. And Rizzo was surprisingly, unless, again,
Robin
I could have.
was in it? Robin was in it?
Where?
In the dining scene with everyone at the big masquerade ball dining scene.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, Robin was in that.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, he wasn't in Constance's attic. He wasn't one of the.
No, I didn't. I wouldn't think he'd be there because that would be out of place for him.
Robin is in the.
Okay, good. He's there. I did. Again, I probably have to watch again. I didn't see him. Again, I could have missed Rizzo, but if Rizzo was in there to not have such a prominent Muppet and have more of an appearance, again, with Gonzo, you have a whole storyline about his friends. Well, his best friend is missing from it. Very odd. That's the only thing I was like, that's an odd choice. I have my own suspicions of why, that he didn't. Even I was talking about somebody else and like, oh no, my parents were like, oh, he was there. I'm like, no, that was a different rat. And since Muppet Treasure Island is one of my favorites, I know the different rat puppets.
Yeah, I know.
And I will confirm Rizzo is not in it. He does not appear in the cast list anywhere.
Thank you.
But Robin is in it.
Robin's in it. Okay, I missed him. Again, there was a lot going on. I just missed him. I'm happy to know Robin's in it.
Speaking of Muppet Treasure Island, minor spoiling. Did you notice Old Tom, or I'm sorry, Really Old Tom and Dead Tom made a cameo?
Most, there were a lot of Muppet puppets in there, in some fashion or voices. Even the one voice and puppet looked very reminiscent of Happy Time Murders. I was like, what the heck?
Well, that's because that was probably Brian Hansen.
It probably was. It was probably him. I thought so.
He's in the casting.
He's in the casting. Then it was him. Good. I thought so, but I was like, I think that's him, but I don't want to assume. And then it's like, oh, it just sounded just like him, and I'm a jerk.
Yeah. He is whoever Salmonella is.
Yeah, that would be it.
Yeah.
Listen, they had, even though he didn't throw a single fish, I was happy to see like New Zealand. Again, there were other Muppets. Like I haven't seen some of these in forever.
Is it bad that I want the stretching portraits from that movie?
Also, odd choice that they left the one out.
I don't think they came up with an idea. I know. I wish they had all four, but I honestly think quote in the movie, due to budget.
It could be. It certainly could be. Also, could be for filming. It probably was harder to have all four. You had easy ones to fit in. You could have done it. I was like, okay. Listen, Exploding Harry on the one. Duh, that makes sense. Also, I didn't see Beauregard either, but he's a little bit of a minor one, so he might have been there. I just didn't see him.
Yeah.
You have to have the ones that are harder to spell, don't you?
But because the other ones have had like Sprocket in it.
He is in it.
Beauregard's in it? Okay.
Yep.
I thought so, but again, because there's so many of them, it's hard to miss them if they only appear for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Sprocket is not.
No. Sprocket, the bark is, but Sprocket himself does not appear.
I'm just having fun looking at this cast list. Because I haven't seen it yet. I had no idea there's so many people in it. Oh, it's good. A lot of I liked it. I'm in the minority though. I know a lot of people that have said they did not like it. I know I'm in the minority.
I liked it, but my review was it was no Muppet Treasure Island Christmas Carol.
Because it was never going to be.
Right. I know. It's not like the original Muppet movies. Like
no, because it's not a Muppet movie.
Right. It's like a Muppet special.
Yes.
So that was my
not like a Muppet special. It is a Muppet special.
It is a Muppet special. Like
I liked it, and I hope we get more of these. I hope this was a see how it goes over, and they're getting enough viewers to give us another.
Well, they did announce the Muppets Letters to Santa is coming to Disney Plus, so they're bringing that on.
Something new.
I know.
How about I don't know. Jungle Cruise.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they need to do a Muppet special of different attractions. Like
I'm fine with that. Listen, you can easily do. I hope they do different ones that are a bit more haven't done much with. You could easily do things like Big Thunder or something. Pigs in Space.
I'm thinking like next Halloween do Tower of Terror.
No.
Nope, not happening.
We discussed this last week.
We discussed this. There's a movie coming.
I know.
No, that and they're doing a movie with Scarlett Johansson, so that's not touchable at the moment.
I want to see the hotel with the Muppets. You know, that writes itself.
Does it?
Or what else could the Muppets do? I was gonna say Muppets of the Caribbean, but we got that Muppet Treasure Island.
Again, I think they're better off to go with it because you had 2 hit movies there with 2 hit franchise movies, Jungle Cruise and Pirates. Stay away from those. The one I mentioned was not a hit. That's fair game. You have plenty of other attractions, like I said, Big Thunder. You could easily do something with.
Pigs in Space or Space Mountain.
I was a joke about that. I was just joking about pigs
bad idea,
in space.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I think we work it out a little bit. We tweak it. I like your idea of Big Thunder, but work it in a way that is just Muppet Frontierland.
Well, I was going to say, you could easily do Muppet Frontierland. I mean, Rolf playing in the Diamond Horseshoe writes itself.
Oh my God! Yeah, just call it Muppets Wild West or something like that.
Country Bears can make an appearance.
As actually the Country Bears.
Don't get my hopes up.
Like actually the Country Bears animatronics appearing in.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. They're watching the Country Bears and they're fighting with the three on the wall.
Oh my God! Yeah. and the hecklers are on. The hecklers.
You have Statler and Waldorf and the three.
Again, writes itself. There's a lot of things you can do about all sorts of attractions that write themselves here. So, and again, the reason
you could even do like Tom Sawyer's Island, the Riverboat. Yeah, you could do a whole.
You can do a lot, and the reason, like, I know I said Space Mountain, and thinking about it, the reason I said Pigs in Space was because Muppets in Space was already a movie.
This is true.
So the name of Muppets in Space. Now, Muppet Space Mountain could still work, but Muppets in Space, since we already did that, and Gonzo decided to stay.
They like big jokes, though, so you'll probably get Muppets in Space Mountain.
I could see Muppets in Space Mountain. I'm fine with that. Believe you me, I'm fine with anything I want to do with the Muppets.
I got it better. Muppets Mission to Space.
Could work.
Could you see them go through the NASA training program?
Only if we can have one segment where it's a Muppet alien encounter.
Yes. Oh my God, yes, and it could be like
the opening's alien encounter.
Well, and it could be a Gonzo Muppet, just like Muppets from Space.
I wouldn't have do you mean the alien in the middle?
Yeah.
No, I would have either the big blue guy or a big version of the orange guy who eats other Muppets.
Who's the one that's like, hey, like
Sweetums?
No, not Sweetums. It's like he's oh God, it's one of the newer Muppets.
The angry blue guy.
I think he's blue, or he's like green with like big eyes.
No, he's a blue guy. Yeah, the angry blue guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. All right. Yeah, I think you're right. Him.
Look,
I like him.
Muppets Journey into the Imagination.
I'm here for it. Muppets meet Figment. Body. Listen, all sorts of things we could do here. You could do an entire series of defunct attractions too.
Look, the Muppets Journey into the Imagination can also have the cameo of the century. Because you can shoehorn Rick Moranis into that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Honey, I Shrunk the Muppets.
Honey, I Shrunk the Muppets. Which also will work for Muppets Body Wars. Or Journey into Inner Muppet Space.
Do we want Honey, I Shrunk the Muppets or Honey, I Blew Up the Muppets?
No,
yes.
Honey, I Shrunk...
Giant Muppet sounds a hell of a lot funnier to me.
Both.
What?
The ending is a giant Muppet.
A giant Miss Piggy.
Oh my... No, giant animal. It's got to be a giant animal.
Are you sure? Because I was thinking like Giant Robin or Giant Scooter or something.
Or, no, because of Pepe being a prawn.
Oh my God, Pepe the Giant King Prawn. Yes. I am not a shrimp. I am a king prawn.
The movie ends with him being blown up. As
he blown up and he just says, I am finally king prawn.
Wayne, you didn't. I did. I blew up the prawn.
Actually, it wouldn't be Wayne. We all know who would create this and would go haywire with.
Professor Honeydew?
Bunsen, Honeydew, and Beaker.
Yeah.
Beaker, what do we do? What? What's going on out there? And then you just see him slam down and then of course the Swedish chef starts attacking him.
It's like I blew up the prawn.
Let's be honest, it'll probably be a giant beaker.
Me, moom.
Yeah. Oh, Beaker.
Me.
and his long lost cousin, Seamus.
Yeah. They did that. No, they did that. Yeah, I remember.
Yep. Oh,
Seamus.
my-
How do I not remember that?
well, you know an Irish guy at some point in your life.
Yeah.
It's also a pro wrestler because the Muppets have crossed over with WWE several times.
Oh, okay. That's
Hey,
right.
if Disney buys the WWE, Muppets go to WrestleMania.
Oh, hell yeah.
Muppet Mania.
It's got to be better than Scooby-Doo and the WrestleMania mystery or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was a bad movie.
Yeah.
That's a bad one.
That didn't even
Yeah.
give us Super Shaggy.
Yeah, Miss Piggy Wrestling. I mean, that sells itself right there.
Miss
Speaking
Piggy
of
with
wrestling,
the divas.
speaking of that, oh, Nona is such a good short.
What is it?
It's a new Pixar short. I think it came out like a month ago. Nona.
Oh, what's
Nana,
that? What is it about?
It's an older lady and she's grappling with the fact that her husband's dead and she's watching her little granddaughter. But all she wants to do is watch Smashdown.
Nice.
Oh my god!
Because that's what
the grandmother or the kid?
the grandmother.
I can
Oh
see
my
that.
She
God.
wants to watch Smashdown because that's what she used to do with her husband.
Right.
And then this kid keeps like jumping off buildings and shit. And then they end up bonding and watching wrestling together.
That's cute.
That's
That's adorable. I'll have to
Pixar
watch.
short.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm gonna have to watch that. It's on Disney Plus, I assume, right?
Yes, and Bella absolutely loves it.
Nice.
We had to watch it 4 times in a row, and I did not argue. Because Smashdown. But I think we're running at the end of our time here tonight.
I think so too.
I think
Where
so.
are we at? An hour and 40
No
seconds.
one's watching us this long.
It's fine. Hopefully
Yeah,
they'll
it's
listen.
okay.
Hey,
Yes,
at least
and
they
you know
can
what?
listen to us on long car rides.
Yes, and you know what? We're going to take 2 weeks off. Because apparently our resident musical reviewer has to go see musicals. I don't know how that happened.
What are you seeing?
I see Mrs. Doubtfire next week, and then I see Carolina Change the week after that.
Nice.
Very excited. Very excited.
Well,
Be
I
delicious.
guess we'll get some reviews on those shows when you come back.
Yeah.
I'm seeing 4 shows in the next few weeks, so lots of
4?
reviews. Yeah, I'm seeing Dana H on Saturday, and then after that, I see the next 2, and then I see Trevor, which is an off-Broadway show after that. So I'll have lots of new things to talk about.
Ooh, should be
Then
fun.
then I take a break.
In just random local DC news, because I find it hilarious.
Once Upon a One More Time.
No, within the next till the end of the year, I have counted at least 4 regional productions of Rent.
Yeah,
Like an absurd number of Rent is happening.
I did see that.
I'm like, come on!
I was gonna say, is this the Once Upon a One More Time casting? Because I have to now see that. Thanks.
No, but you're always welcome to come on down.
I'll wait till it comes up here. If it comes up here, we'll see.
True, the drive down here sucks. But
The timing is everything. So many weekends, only a few weekends off.
yes, and you know what? This has been news from around the world, Disney World, and everywhere else, and we're the Diz Idiots. We're the idiots, so you don't have to be. I can't even spoof the nostalgia critic correctly today.
Oh god, this is a great episode.
I had such a great opening
You
and
know,
such a terrible closing.
This might be
That's
one
what
of
she
our best,
said.
though. This might be one of our best here.
Oh yeah.
That's what she said. Until next time.
Simply the best.
Toodles.